welcome back. Sorry. So when we left the party, they were considering charging him and taking out all the sort of not so innocent bystanders. But they've been considering it outside the door, mumbling amongst themselves, perhaps second guessing their decision, and are instead deciding to make their way inside for an audience with the leader of this river guard, quote unquote, Grimjaw, Yoliver Grimjaw, formerly casually known as Jolly. So we'll pick the party up as they walk themselves down along this building and then turn left towards the door. I'll let them describe themselves in and describe what they do.
As we're getting ready to head down, I think Sharik will point in the direction of where he knows Walter's generally at to speak to Walter using his message cantrip. Walter, I think we are going to go down and speak to Jolly. Are you done scouting the upper floor?
I'm gonna check this one room and then I'll meet you there. You'll see me in my rat room on the baluster.
Okay. I will send you a message right before we go in case what you see there needs our attention more than Jolly.
Okay.
All right. So
as you guys approach the front door, Walter makes his way into the hidden room.
Was I able to open the book or get it off the shelf?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You were in the middle of trying to open a book. I can't remember. You rolled, right?
Yeah, I rolled for it. It was like a maritime book that had like dates and such in it.
Okay. Yeah, you would definitely have been able to open it up. And you would see that it was an ancient, probably about as old as this original structure. And it seems to list different maritime battles that were fought over this region at a time when kingdoms ruled instead of the much larger civilizations that now rule.
Was it the Kingdom of Delzoom, or was that another book? No, I think that was the other place.
No, that's not here.
Delzoom was the ones we found in the
the cavern,
the boat.
Oh, the boat. Okay.
This is. Sorry, had it. It's never where you go to look, right? This whole region is an ancient kingdom that was divided into 4 regions, and the river guard was, the river keep was the castle meant to defend the southeastern portion of it, which was bordered by the river. It's escaping me. I'll have to find it after we keep going, so I don't want to hold this up. But yeah, so whatever the region is, this is there's a list of many battles in here over a long period of time.
Oh, okay.
And so you would you make your way to the back room?
Yeah.
Okay. You open it up. Well, you don't open it up. You slip under the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
can I do a perception check so I don't get just squashed?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, you want to stick your head under first, kind of look around.
Yeah, sniff around.
Okay.
Make sure there's no one's boots there. I get advantage because I'm a rat, right?
On
Can we talk about that?
Smell based, yes.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Perception. Oh no. Sorry, math in my head. 17 plus 7.
24.
You smell a familiar smell. It smells partially like one of the odors that was present in the room downstairs. It's isolated here. You get a better whiff of it.
Is it jolly?
It's a weird smell. It smells almost like a little bit like human and a little bit like an animal.
Okay.
But the source of the smell, the permeated smell, is not here. You can tell that clearly. There's nobody in the room. Nobody's.
Okay.
So
Does it smell like jolly?
Well, it smells like one of the odors that was in the room downstairs. It's a little hard to distinguish.
Okay.
You get in the room and it's fairly plain. There's nothing but a table with a couple chairs and a bed, at least plainly visible.
Okay, is there anything underneath the bed? Are there any like secret little hatches? Do I hear any of my rat friends in the cupboards or in the floorboards somewhere?
Roll me an investigation.
Okay. Investigation of 16?
Nice. So, yeah, especially as a rat, I think it would be a little bit even easier because you can get into all sorts of spaces and
My little
that would be small and hard to notice.
tiny hands with claws.
Yeah, be large, they'd be easy to spot. Plus, it's a pretty bare room, so I imagine you kind of make your way around as a rat, like into the one corner and like around the wall. There's no real furniture in the middle, so there's nothing really to check except under the table. And you scoot under the bed, and you immediately kind of collide with these sacks. You can tell immediately after you bump into it that it is filled with coin.
Oh. That's it? No scrolls?
You do a little more looking into that pile, and you see that the first bag is coin. But then after that, everything is sort of broken apart. Whoever owns this room is definitely into their treasure. Everything is separated. You have some fine gems in another bag. As you're crawling over it, they kind of slide around under your feet. You find a book that seems to have special care taken, a cloth wrapped around it with twine. You can tell it's a book, especially at your size. And many other things, too many to count.
Okay, well, I want to look what's inside the book.
You can try to rip that open, but it'll take you some time with your tiny hands.
Really?
So,
my sharp teeth
can't
get through the twine?
Could possibly break through the twine once you dig at it, but roll me a dexterity.
Okay. Sad face.
As I suspected.
I rolled a 7, as you suspected. Okay.
You dig at the twine, and you're trying to pull it apart from the case, the leather wrapping underneath it, and it's just hard to get separation. So you're kind of chewing it. You keep missing at it. We're going to leave you there for a second and go back over to the front door.
Okay.
Where the party is reaching and pausing for a moment. What do you guys do?
As we get to the door, Shriek will point towards Walter's direction. Walter, we are at the door. We are ready. Is there anything else we should know about?
I just can't get this stupid book. Stupid book won't open.
You ready? A book? You worry about books.
No, there's a bunch of treasure underneath this guy's bed. So I'm trying to see if there's anything important that we should know.
I mean, you buried the lead. I do like books, but it must be hard as a rat to open them and read them. So,
well, if it was bound, then I wouldn't have this issue.
Maybe we come back after we use this, everyone.
Really using his name in a sentence to describe things now?
Trying it out. It seems to be appropriate. You knew exactly what I meant.
Exactly what you meant. It's horrifying.
Yes. This is true. Yes.
You need me down there, I can leave this book and we can just come look at it later.
I would prefer, perhaps, if you were at least nearby in case the proverbial bat guano hit the fan.
Okay.
And then I will push the door open and walk in.
I'll walk back to the ballast. What's that thing called?
Balcony?
Balcony, thank you. The baluster is the part of the stairs that you hold on to.
I've heard
Anyway.
the word, but I don't know what it means.
Yes. Okay.
Walk in looking like Sholar still.
Right.
Preferably with the other ones behind me. And kind of survey the room really quickly to see, if they're mid-conversation or whatever. He's not going to speak up. If they're quiet, he might start talking.
No, Grimjaw and the person seated at the long table are mid-conversation. The person at the table seems to be making some sort of a request in the first few seconds that you're able to hear. So, if you would be so kind. And Grimjaw leans back, and then he spots you. He says, Sholar, you're back a little early, no?
Jolly, yes. Picked up some recruits I was instructed to take up here and hand over to Gar Shatterkeel.
Instructed by who? I gave no such instruction.
I'm pretty sure we got the name, but I don't have it written down here. What was the?
Yeah, you did. I was not.
The priest in the cavern is who you'd want to use,
Yes.
not Faust.
No, I know exactly who you're referring to. So, cult duty then.
Yeah, I don't know. He felt it was more important than me doing our work.
Can you roll me deception?
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Does being disguised give a set advantage? Is that advantage?
I don't think so specifically. Let me see if it says anything. It says you can disguise yourself at will. Let's see. Change the drop of spell, fail, hold up to physical inspection. You spell to add a hat, whatever. If you would use the spell to appear thinner, blah, blah, blah. To discern that you are disguised, your creature can use its action to inspect your appearance and must succeed on an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC.
Okay, so just really to believe you are who you are. So as long as they don't have any reason to inspect you,
Yeah.
it's pretty much okay. Got it.
Otherwise, I have a 24 for deception.
Right. Oh, okay. So, well, I guess we have to remember who we really work for.
I suppose. But I'd like to make us some coin.
And then he kind of moves his eyes over towards the fellow at the table. He says, as you can see, I'm entertaining some of the cult, one of the cult's fathomers right now.
Oh, yes.
You see what he referred to as the fathomer, a fathomer. And this particular person looks sort of like the water genasi that you yourself are disguised as.
Mm-hmm.
Only, as different as two humans can be. So here's this one. He is quite large. He has a bald head, but with hair wrapping around the back and sides of it down into a full beard that comes along his chin. He still has that light greenish blue skin, and you can see a massive tattoo that wraps around his left arm. And his ears actually look a little bit like fins. And he shifts his shoulders just a little bit and nods to you to acknowledge your presence.
So, should I take them down? I wouldn't mind speaking to them about my wave priest, if possible, but if not, I can leave them with you and be back aboard my ship, back to work.
Sure, I do not send you down to the cult's lake very often. It is a little bit of a journey. Are you sure you remember the way?
It's been a while. I wouldn't mind someone who had a surer foot on that path. If you could spare him, otherwise, like I said, I can leave him here and depart him. You have so many other things to worry about.
And the Fathomer speaks up and says, I could, of course, bring them back with me on my way. Unless there's some reason Sholar here should come. And he turns back to you.
It's perhaps nothing. Just seems something with Faust. The other day, he was acting weird.
I see.
Not sure I trust him as much as I would like to trust a wave priest aboard my own ship.
The Fathomer gets a little bit wide-eyed, and Grimjar kind of smirks, but almost if you could smirk and then grimace simultaneously, and shakes his head a little like, ooh. And the Fathomer says, I see. There may be an issue with one of the cultists, the one who rides with you on your ship. Well,
could be nothing, but he's acting strange.
So roll me a it's either persuasion or deception. Give me a deception here.
Okay. 25.
Very good. So he says, I suppose it could be possible, though I could pass such a message along.
Oh, please.
Roll me now persuasion as you ask.
19.
Okay. I'm just gonna do that clears the 11 on the counter roll. I cannot be too cruel. Besides, Sholar, I know you've shown yourself quite a few times around here, and would not like to infuriate your captain. And he nods to Jolly. We will take you down.
I appreciate that. That is very kind.
Give us just a moment to wrap up our conversation, and we will come get you. Please wait outside.
Should I bring these new
Yes.
members of your order?
Take them with you. Just stand outside until we get you. Just a few moments.
All right. Come, you two. Let's go. I'll lead them back outside.
Okay. So, you guys can react to that if you have anything to say.
I'm going to try to listen in through the doorway.
Could I have made it to the balcony?
You have.
Okay, cool.
You are looking down on the room at about the time when, sorry, I'm blanking, that Sharik was deceiving the Fathom. So about midway into that whole interaction.
Okay. I'm just, Walter's just thinking really hard to Sharik to see if he needs anything. Are you talking to me now? Yeah, the connection now.
Oh, if Sharik is doing
Sharik?
that, you can say so.
Sharik.
No, I'm wondering, should I tell Walter? I mean, you should have been up there. You should have heard everything that was happening. Should I tell Walter something? I think Walter is good, yes.
Yeah, he's fine. Walter is incredibly capable.
I mean, Walter is the best of us. So
Without a doubt.
Y'all too hush. I need to listen to this shit. So
Yeah, roll me that perception.
24.
Oh, very nice.
Wow.
So you are listening in, and you can hear pretty well that the Fathomer is saying to Jolly, listen, I do not think you quite understand the pressures from above here. I'm not sure that they trust you so much anymore. You seem to be getting a bit greedy, perhaps is the right word. The river is your business, but you're not supposed to draw so much attention. Jolly responds back, "Listen, I don't understand why you're even telling me all this. You guys are supposed to do your job, and I'm supposed to do mine. If the boss has a problem, the boss can come talk to me." The Fathomer responds once more, "I do not think you will like it very much if the boss comes to tell you this. I think you would be wise to take my word and respond to that, rather than to wait and see what could happen. Now allow me to lead your riffraff down." And then Grimjaw responds, "Yeah, you better be careful with him. He does the job and he does it well. You better not do anything to him while you're down there. Oh, he will return quite safely, I promise." And then you obviously can't see any of this. Are you still watching, Walter?
Yeah.
So you're also hearing this, and you see the Fathomer lift up his hand and kind of like give a little symbol, and the two attendants of his that are in the corner walk towards the door, and then the three of you who are outside see and feel the doors push open behind you, and the Fathomer from further in the room, like a good 15 feet in the room, calls out and says, "We are going now."
Yeah, before they got to the door, I stood up and got into place. So,
I think you'd be able to with that roll because you would have heard their footsteps approaching the door. There's enough space for them to have walked over for that to have occurred. So, yeah, the doors are wide open, and he's still standing in there, and he's kind of waving his hand. He hasn't looked at you. He's still staring at Jolly. But he's waving.
I would have repeated what I heard to the group. So,
gotcha. So you tell them what just happened.
Give or take. Yeah.
Yeah. An abbreviated version. What do you guys do? He's kind of waving you on to come back into the room.
Yes. Let's go. So he's waving us to come into the room?
Correct.
All right, yeah. Sholar will enter the room again.
So you guys walk into the room, and as he hears your footsteps across the ground, again, without breaking contact with Jolly, he approaches the wall, behind Jolly. What do you guys do? You continue following?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Then you don't have to roll deception, because it seems as though you know exactly what's about to happen as he puts his hand up to a spot on the door, and suddenly a handle appears, and he pulls it, and a secret door is opened, and you see a very dark and very cramped space directly in front of him, especially with his size. The two attendants that he has come in behind you, and enter. You guys are skipping a bunch. Interesting. You guys enter this very dark, cramped spiral staircase, and you begin to descend.
Were we able to stall long enough for Walter to scurry in?
Good point. Walter, how do you attempt to do that?
Well, as soon as they started walking through the door, I would scurry down all the way to the thing. I would have kept moving.
Gotcha.
And I'm hoping to hitch a ride on one of my pals' boots or something.
Okay, gotcha. It'd be difficult to climb up one of the people who doesn't know you, but if you do it to one of your friends, hopefully they will not freak out at you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Totally got it. All right, so yeah, you are coming down, imagine kind of coming around the balcony a little bit, maybe down a few stairs, and then down that wall where it's a little bit shorter once you come down a step or two, and then boom, across the corner. And let me see here. Roll me a D4, please.
Oh, okay. 4.
So that is going to be Walter. I mean, sorry, not Walter. Eustace. That's what I was trying to say. Eustace's foot that you hit.
Okay.
Eustace, roll me a. Well, you can either. Roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom?
Yes, and a stealth save from you, Walter, with advantage.
Okay.
Saving throw or
saving?
wisdom?
Yep, saving.
13.
It, 12 DC, you're good to go. You feel something hit your foot. You're not totally unbothered by it, but you're wise enough to know that, you have a friend out there in an animal form, and you're able to keep your cool, and you just don't break stride, you keep walking. And what was your roll, Walter?
Was 8.
Oh, no. So, you
Or like a 6 and a 2. It's horrible.
You are going to be seen here, and all right. So Walter, Eustace, you're in between. What's up?
I said also if Walter's climbing up me,
Mm-hmm.
Walter's going to be shrouded in some kind of weird darkness that cannot be, because of the tattoo.
You're fortunate then. So you get spotted running. There's no doubt about it. But the two people who spot you are the Reavers who have fallen in behind, and they're a person behind Eustace, like 2 people behind Eustace. There's someone between them, and so even though they see you running, they suddenly lose sight of you as you basically come within that close proximity of Eustace, and your plan works. You hit the leg, and he doesn't freak out. He keeps walking, and you climb up where? To a pocket, or?
Yeah, sure.
Eustace, you feel this furry animal slip into your side pocket.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Strange. Had to make it weird.
Every time. No, I'm just kidding. Well, not actually. Okay, so you descend down this stairway, and it if you had to guess, you'd say somewhere at least in the 20, maybe 30 feet down. And it gets cooler and cooler, especially at the end. The bottom, you can hear, I'm not going to do that. You can hear water lapping. And as you come out, you see a couple of boats tied up to somewhat of a hidden dock. It's underneath the entire fortress, and where it exactly comes in, you can't quite tell, though it's quite obvious the water is flowing freely. So it must flow in somewhere and out in the same direction that the river had been flowing when you reach this place. The boats you see are right here. You're going to be in the bottom left-hand corner of the map now. And so you can see this is the spiral staircase that you had descended, and you reach this small landing. There is action. All right. And the Fathomer reaches the bottom first, and you see him standing by the first boat. Let me get a token for him, actually. So this one. Oh, Bill, I need you to shrink that for me.
You need a token?
I popped one down. I just need to shrunk. There we go. Thank you.
Okay, because I can give you one.
For a Fathomer?
Something close to that. Yeah, what does he look like?
He's a water genasi. A decently level water genasi. Okay, we'll use that. That's fine.
That's your choice for water genasi?
That's fine. It's got blue on his hat. Let's roll with it.
Yeah.
All right.
So he approaches the boat and just stands there and says nothing. What do you guys do as you reach the bottom after him?
Yeah, I think we'll, at least Shriek's gonna walk over following. Which boat are we gonna take?
So you can power yourselves. Get yourselves, well, at least. The other one was a rat, that's why. Wait, I thought that was one. You two take the other boat. We'll take this one. And as you three are kind of standing there, asking this question, the two Reavers kind of push through you a little bit. They don't say excuse me, that's for sure. They grunt at you, and they pass through, and they hold the boat still and put their arm out, and the Genasi uses it to climb into the boat. Hold it now, and he climbs in and then sits down in the back, and the two reavers hop in to either side of this plank, and they take the oars and begin paddling. Well, not begin paddling, but prepare to be able to paddle. Three of you. Thank you. Just roll me dex saves to climb into the boat. Well, at least the first one, or well, actually, tell me how you're doing, and that'll kind of, I guess, depend on who might have to make dex or who doesn't.
I think watching them holding the boat, Sholar would walk over and probably grab hold of the boat and gesture for the other two to get in. Since he's supposed to be the captain, done this before sort of thing.
Makes sense.
Get in.
Yeah, Eustace would just climb on in.
You big one, you can row.
Nod my head and get in.
Of course, you are on in Eustace's pocket. So you guys are good because the boat is being held, and then Sholar there, go ahead and climb in. You can roll me a deck save with advantage, though, because it's a weighted boat now. Less likely to tip on you.
17.
You're good. No embarrassment, no questions to your identity. You climb into the boat. So am I right to guess that you were intended for it to be you and the one that you had described as the big one to be rowing? Or were you sitting and the other two rowing? That's fine, too.
I didn't realize it was going to take two to row. He was aiming at Gabriel to row. But, yeah, Sholar...
I think it could be rowed by one person.
Sholar for sure is just sitting. If Eustace starts rowing as well, then perfect. But Sholar, being the captain and the one leading these two grunts, is not going to be rowing.
It's sort of like a 1.5 person boat. Like, you can row it by yourself. If your arm, you just spread your arms apart a little wider, and it might be a little tougher to row. Or you can get kind of squeeze two people in and have them row with a little bit of tight space. So it kind of depends on which kind of uncomfortable you want to be.
Oh, do not tempt me.
But you take your seat at the bow, maybe stern. I'm not sure. At the front, and you watch the other two in the other boat as they cut the rope and push off with the paddle and begin to make their way down this slow-moving water, because here it's more still than the rest of the places on the river. It's obviously being, even though it's passing freely, it's clearly being held up. It's not very deep probably here. There might be a lot of rocks holding up the water. It's not quite moving like the river. But what do you guys do?
Yeah, I would probably help Gabe row the boat, especially if the other two are rowing. So not to draw suspicion or anything like that to us. So
you guys follow along.
Yep.
Now, roll me perception, all of you. Except, sorry, Walter, but you're in a pocket, so. No
very
perception.
dark pocket.
What's in his pocket?
Well, I think he would have to tell you that,
Prop him blind.
and I'm a little afraid to let him do that. So maybe we don't.
Petrified.
Just kidding. I'm sorry. What was the perceptions?
15.
15 for me too.
15 for you. And what was the last one?
I got an 11.
2 15s. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I got advantage. With my shield. Forgot.
Oh, the shield always gives that. That's nice.
20, dirty 20.
Okay. So all three of you, you see as the first boat is sort of making its way down its chosen course, these hands start to reach out of the water. And at first you can kind of hear some bubbling. Well, Gabriel, you can definitely hear some bubbling, like, and then it turns into like a moan as like more of an arm kind of gets out of the water, and you see these arms start to like reach towards the boat, and the Genasi, the fathomer, you see him kind of half stand up like to a knee, and he puts his hands out and he mumbles something that you can't quite make out, even you with that roll. He's a little too far ahead for that, and suddenly the hands, kind of like a shark's fin that rises up out of the water and then descends again, they go back, and you don't see them anymore as your own boat passes that same spot.
I'm glad I'm not seeing this.
I'm glad I don't see it.
I was thinking about that we should have dispatched these guys on a longer route, but now I'm thinking let's just follow for a while.
That's maybe a good idea. It's interesting that narration gave that idea to me.
We might want to learn what the dude said though before we kill him.
I will leave that up to you for however you want to get that out of him.
Because I don't really want to fight giant hands from the great below.
Well, they weren't giant hands. They were like hands, but they were like ghoulish, dead, dripping, disgusting looking hands.
Yeah, I don't want to fight that either.
We'll see how we have to get out of here. I think we'll figure it out. I can at least two of us could fly. We'll have to figure it out.
As you're talking this out, you guys are passing through a underground stream which winds for quite some time through a lightless series of grottos, and after what had to be at least 2 miles, you start to see the thin walls, like the very tightly packed walls that you've been passing through, like a Grand Canyon sort of thing, open up into a dome opening, clearly natural, with like stalactites and stalagmites formed both at tops and bottom, and it's clearly some sort of underground lake. It's no longer a stream. It's opened up into a large breadth of water.
Do we see evidence of those hands all along this route, or just
No.
kind of...
Just at that point, that was the only time you had seen them.
Good to know. Perfect, yeah. That was it. I'm just double checking.
That was the only ones that you had seen. However, actually, each of you roll me one more perception for the 2 miles. See if you notice anything else on that time.
23.
13.
13.
23 with my advantage.
23 with your advantage. Okay. The 13, you just picked up on some bats. You know, it's definitely got other things living in there. Eustace, that becomes clear to you. To the other two with 23s, at some point, let's pick one of you, Gabriel, you were pretty sure that you saw something bipedal off in one of the, at one point there were like a series of like honeycombed caves that had like eroded out of the wall, probably limestone or something like that, deposits that were eroded quickly. You could have sworn you saw something like crouch down over something, turn and look, you know, like one of those old videos of Bigfoot, when they turn and look at you, but then it gets all blurry right after that. So you can't identify whatever it was, but you think it was bipedal. That's what stands out to you. Shriek, you notice very clearly at some point, everybody else just thought that this thwomp at one point was just water, like condensation that had built up on the ceiling and had collected and run down the natural formations and was plunking back into the water. But you looked that way and paid a little more attention and clearly identified something that you've heard of called a piercer, which are nasty little cave dwellers that drop from the ceiling onto people. And if they get you, They're kind of like massive, aggressive giant leeches with one giant eye.
Holy shit.
There are these things up here. They drop down. You ever go through a swamp and you don't have enough clothes on, and then they get all the leeches that attach on? Think of that,
Yeah.
but much bigger. Much
So
more
like a
dangerous.
sturge.
Sure.
Actually, that's not untrue.
Yeah. I heard them called piercers, I believe. But
Well, shit monkey in a handbasket.
yeah, so just be careful. You know. Just keep your eyes
Yeah.
out. They fall from above.
Gotcha. I wasn't looking above. I was looking around. So yeah. Okay.
You got to always, maybe it's my
Yeah.
aerial nature. I like more three-dimensional wear.
Well, maybe we should be not only looking above, but in the water. And what the hell are we getting ourselves into? Shit. We're gonna get out of here.
There's just so you guys know too, there are some humanoids in the caves. I don't know if
No
it's
fun. Right.
We're surrounded.
Yep.
There are a saying of a stream of water full of feces and losing oars or something like that.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close. I'll take it.
Yes. Okay. We are up that creek.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're up
I was
to
seriously like,
the
what is Sharik talking about? Like, I'm like, oh, I got it. That's probably Walter too. Like, what?
I can see it. For sure. Yeah.
So looks down, thinks to himself, "What the fuck did I just step on?"
But I think in general we're just following. We're going with the flow right now.
Yeah, just keep on going.
Literally.
Yeah.
Just keep slowing.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so yeah, the stream here is approaching this far more open area, but as you get closer, you see that it's not as open as you might have thought. The area right in front of you has opened up into what is clearly a lake, but there's also an island with structures on it, and built into the natural rock as you pass out of the narrow stream and into this more open area, you can see lots of spaces, man-made spaces, built in. And you guys can right down here, so I have to load up another map.
Yeah,
But you see, yeah, we will probably take a break actually once I describe this, so that's what we'll do. I'll get the picture loaded in. You guys see rooms built into this natural siding, so it's this constant like 50%. It's natural rocks and then a hollowed out section taken for some purpose or another that you don't know yet. You see what was once natural rock carved into square landings, corners, and what is an island now was probably not always an island. As you can see, one side of it is almost completely straight and perfectly, what seems to have been perfectly chiseled. And that's kind of the setting here. It's dark, it's damp, and it's way cooler than it was upstairs and outside. Completely different environment down here. And we'll pause right there for a little bit, and we'll come back.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. Feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Skycastle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge. Now, let's get back to the show.
He's definitely paying attention to the other boat, trying to take cues from them. Whereas Sharik, maritime experience is more on the pleasure craft side of things. He probably doesn't actually know how to operate anything. So he's watching them and then utilizing that as his kind of cues for playing Sholar. Yeah, tie it up. Kind of.
So as you pull up, you see these guards. You at least see 3 of the Reavers, and you see a person dressed much like the previous person that you've been traveling with, referred to as a Fathom. They have sort of this a merger of seafaring and magic type attire. So like loose fitting, billowing pants, but several shawls and scarves like kind of layered over their shoulders. It's sort of unique look. And when the one that you've been traveling with steps ashore, he calls out and he says, "Hello there. I have brought back some travelers with me, and I would like to pass. I'd like to bring them to meet some of the other Fathomers, as Sholar here has some information for us, along with 2 new recruits." And the other Fathomer that he's speaking to says, "I see. Well, you'll have to clear it with Ion. You know this." "Well, where is Ion? I don't see him." And as he says that, you hear like a shh behind you. And if you turn and look, you see the water, kind of parts of it as a large shark with a mounted rider comes to the surface. And long dark hair gets wiped away from the face as a fairly good-looking young man calls up and says, "You there, Fathomer. Who are these people?" And the Fathomer turns back and says, I believe you've met maybe Sholar before in the past. I'm not sure, sir. But he brings with him some new recruits to the cult. He also has some information for the other Fathomers. Hold there. And he dives off of his mount and swims very easily straight up to the lowest part of the landing here and swings himself up. He's wearing clothes that kind of looks like a wetsuit in such a way that it doesn't inhibit his movement when wet at all. And he comes striding up. I see, well, at least I see what you claim. This one could barely grab the rope. You say he works for us? What does he do? The Fathomer looks at you, Sharik, wide-eyed, like, what do you do? Tell him.
I'm a captain. I have other people to grab ropes.
Huh. I see. Well, what exactly do you have to tell these Fathomers? Anything they can know, I can know first.
At the end of my last trip, Faust, my wave priest, is that what it's called? Yeah, my wave priest was acting a little odd, a little strange. He, I don't know, seemed like he was plotting something. I'm not sure. He was jealous that was bringing these back by request of another wave priest. A little concerned, and I'm not sure I can trust him aboard my boat.
He squints his eyes tightly. Roll deception.
19? Sooner or later, I'm gonna fail.
Doesn't give me an easily rollable roll sheet here, but his wisdom is 0. So 19 will be good. Don't trust outsiders, even those who claim to be joining the cult. And he pushes past you and stares down. what position have Gabriel and Eustace take? Like, for instance, are your heads down? Are you trying to look at the ground? Are you staring directly back at him, holding your ground? How do you deal with this approach?
Are we off the boat?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I should have. Yeah, you guys were able to follow off the boat as the Fathomer was answering these questions and talking to the other one.
I am a bad actor, so I'm definitely not looking down. I'm just looking straight at this dude and like literally like just kind of giving my peripherals on everybody, but like looking straight at this Aquaman dude.
And Eustace?
I'm kind of keeping the cowl, the robe down, and enough so that he can, not make out exactly what I look like, but I can see everything. So,
Okay. Roll me an insight check, Eustace, and roll me a performance check, Gabriel.
nat 20, 25
Okay.
total. Do you need Aquaman?
Gabe,
Performance, you said?
performance, please. Yes.
That's an 8.
8. So, Eustace, first of all, you notice right off the bat as he steps up to you that this is a confident and exceedingly suspicious individual. You can almost feel the amount of distrust he has for everybody that he doesn't have completely under his thumb as he approaches you. Now, you can kind of see from your periphery as he looks at Gabriel. Gabriel's pretty tall, and he's pretty tall, so he's the one person he doesn't look down on. And he's looking at him, and you can, like, feel his suspicion intensify. Of course, you don't know the cause. But he stares down. He looks at you. He passes you over once. He goes back to Gabe again, glances around the room slightly, and then comes back to Gabe again. You could tell that he is suspicious of Gabe. He says, and why exactly would the two of you wish to join the cult? He's looking mostly at you, Gabe, but he's asking both of you.
If he's looking like straight, mostly at me, I'm not gonna glance away at anybody else. I'm gonna look at him. I gotta hold on a second. This is definitely a roll on my part because I do have a flaw.
Okay.
I got a new flaw because of a weapon I carry now. So let me roll. Oh no. Okay. Cool. I'm very, very sorry, everyone. Anyone who's paying any kind of attention to Gabe kind of like sees him looking at him. He's got his hand. He's put his hands on his hips, but like anyone could kind of tell that his right hand is like hovering over where his pickaxe. Am I in a robe? Can't recall.
Yeah, I believe you guys were all wearing the robes.
Where my pickaxe is like right underneath the robe, hidden. I'm just here to kill other cultists. That's what we do, right? We kill other cultists.
Not exactly. We aren't allied with them, but we don't openly war with them. Our aims are largely the same.
Damn. All right. It looks like I messed up, guys. I'm here to kill other cultists. I came to the wrong place. At this point, I'm looking at the other two guys. Can I go back on the boat?
Oh, you can go right past the boat, my friend. Kill them.
All right, let's do it.
This was a hairpin trigger fight. It even says so in the book. It's like this guy wants to fight, so
I rolled
they
a
give him
2 on my
reason.
like control myself roll. I just wanted to piss this guy off to get a fight. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool, dude. I figured we couldn't just circumvent everything, so we got pretty far without some assistance.
If he would have hesitated, any, I've already was about to start doing my magics.
Are you ready for initiative? Or
But yeah, no, actually, give me 1 second. I have to.
I should have gone for an intimidation or something instead. I went for smart anarchy. Smart.
You're fine. This is cool. We got
So which one was
pass,
Aquaman?
crazy hands, drop bears from the ceiling.
We dodged quite a. I wonder how much we actually dodged. Like,
Quite a bit, I'm sure. Jolly right now, at least. We might have to deal with them later, but
So far. Okay, you can roll initiative now.
at least we're coming in this far without having expended resources. So
I got a 22 on initiative.
Nice.
Gabe was ready to like
it's not bad.
Yeah,
fix it up.
clearly he's ready to roll.
The guy who was eyeing me was this dude in the hat, right? Or was it this guy?
No, it was actually. Wait, I don't have a token for him because he's the one that came out of. I'm muted.
No. Do you need a mini?
Oh yeah. He's a dark tide knight.
Dark. No.
I don't know. They don't give you any picture in the book at all for this one, so
That's not cool. I want to see a picture of a dark.
I'm gonna look to see if there's any art.
What was your initiative, Walter?
That's cool.
9. Okay.
Here, you use this dude.
Still faster than Eustace. Somehow.
Yeah, I pulled sucky. There you go. There's your mini.
Okay, so this is someone's art for it.
So I'm not going to be able to pull up anything quick.
You're good. That's fine.
Oh, that's perfect. All right. So, let's see. Do we have all the initiatives? They auto in? No. Walter, what was yours?
9 for Walter.
Wait, why is Sharik in here twice? Sorry, hold on a
Shouldn't
second.
be.
I gotta-
Sorry, I was muted. 9.
Oh, for some reason this one isn't here twice. Oh, hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna pop over to.
I mean, I'll take 2 turns around. That's fine.
Legendary actions.
You're
God, there's only, we're actually like pretty heavily outnumbered.
I got upgraded. Don't worry about it, guys.
Don't worry about
I
it.
got the Dark Tide Knight. All right.
Which one in the party? There's 2. There's one that's a token, and there's one that's like the full body
For me,
Full body.
for you in the
the
campaign.
token. Just oh
The
yeah.
token one.
Sorry. We need to remove the other one entirely from the campaign because that was the one on my personal account, but I wanted access to all the books, so I remade it under XP Guild. So the one that's assigned to IVC Bill or whatever that one is can go.
We already got Walter as a rat, so but yeah, just in case.
Well, Walter,
Yeah, just put it there just in
sure
case
will
I
come out of rat.
change, which is
Yeah,
probably
for
going to
sure.
happen.
It's probably gonna need to happen, but yeah.
Unless if you want Luce to throw you, and then you latch onto somebody's neck.
To do 1 point of damage.
I mean, it could be 1 hit point or whatever they absorb.
Possibility of giving them disease.
Oh, we just lost Rory.
Rory.
What are you saying? I'm sick?
All right, guys. Once our DM returns, everything should fix itself.
Oh no.
So yeah. All right, game plan.
Okay. Audience, you get to hear this.
Yeah, let's figure it out.
And yeah, that's some really bad shifting.
I mean, I'm assuming with the numbers here, we kind of need to go all out.
So who's the Reavers?
Hey, sorry.
Heyo.
All right, I got the character set.
We moved around, by the way.
Fixed. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
I'm pro. Don't worry. Jeez. And that's how we won the combat.
And that's how it all went down.
And we gained
pushed him
another
all into the
level.
ocean. We win.
All right.
All right. So unfortunately, I lost those initiatives. Do you guys still have them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At least generally. Gabe, I think, was 17 or 6. No, 19.
19.
Yeah, he was first.
I was
Gabe
17.
got a
Wait.
22.
No, Gabe got 22. That's
Oh,
what it was.
22. Shriek was 17. Walter,
7.
9. Eustace,
I think I
7.
was 7, yeah.
Walter 9. And Eustace 7.
I was ready to continue talking.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
Eustace
yeah.
needs to get Eustace. You need to find some distance.
Yeah.
I know. I'm up. Well, I mean, I can do stuff up close, but
Maybe you can unmoor the boat and just like float away a little bit and just shoot from the boat.
no. Remember, shark.
What, you don't want to be like Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue? Is that what the movie
No.
was called?
Nope.
Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Mhm.
All right. So, I believe Gabriel starts us off. Yes, Gabriel definitely starts us off.
This is the guy who was eyeing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we know you don't like that. No big women, no big men. Mm-mm.
Nope.
No, I don't like it when cultists eyeball me.
You
I'll just pull
eyeballing
out-
me, boy?
Hand behind the back, pull out my shield and my pickaxe, and I'm just gonna go whole ham on this guy in front of me.
The pretty boy?
Pretty
that
boy.
was riding on a shark. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have an urge to destroy things, and in this case, it's destroy something beautiful.
That's it.
Oh,
It's like
bonus.
Fight Club.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much. Like
Yeah.
Good night, Angel Face. We got a rage. So before it was like very like I was starting to learn how to be a very focused rage. I have since lost that. I just and it just feel like all the Ripley muscles and all this shit, like veiny muscles and shit. And I'm just gonna where's my character sheet? There it is. Sorry, I got 2 screens up. Yeah. I hope you don't like lightning damage. I'm gonna attack you twice. First attack is a 23 to hit.
I'm used to their ACs, but I'm quite positive that will hit.
I would really hope.
Yes, yes, that hits.
Good.
He's unable to get. He has this horseshoe crab shield, and as soon as he says attack, he pulls out this sharp-toothed sword. But your strike comes in so fast that he's not able to even get either of those in front of him, and he takes the hit.
Yeah,
And it's actually
there's a little
fairly
bit of
easy.
difference. And I just literally close that distance super fast. Like, ooh, a low hit. And then I'm coming down with the top hit. I get 2 attacks now since I'm over 5th level. 18 hit?
18 does.
Yes. Nice. All right. How much damage do I do with this? This is the first time I really attack with this pickaxe. Hold on. By the way, I'm going to make my first one a trip attack. So let me see here. I'm sorry. I'm usually faster, but this is the first time I use this weapon.
Is it?
Well,
This is the first time I use this weapon in combat. Yeah.
Bless you.
he did go
Bless you.
Gallagher on somebody, but other than that-
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, I get to re-roll my damage. Nice. Because I have Piercer. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Plus my D8 for that is 15. 15 plus 8. 23 for the first hit. And he has to make a strength saving throw. DC. What's my DC? 15? 15.
Strength saving.
Yep.
10.
Finally, the first time I ever tripped someone in this game. So that first one was a low hit, and I just drop him down to the floor. That means my second attack would have been with advantage. Let me see if I crit. I do not. That was very close to a crit, unfortunately, but not quite a crit. So either way, I still hit. 14 plus 8 makes 22 points of damage for the second hit.
Okay.
This extra lightning damage is dope.
Now, he sees this coming, and he's able to move his body in just the right ways to deflect some of the blow, taking damage on each one. But he basically essentially has the PC move, Uncanny Dodge. So he takes some reduction to that. But you said you knocked him prone, right?
Yes, he is now prone at my feet.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm going to... I'm going to keep myself right there. Yeah, I'm not going to remaneuver myself. That's everything I got.
So, Sharik, you're up.
Okay. Shriek is going to realize that we're beyond talking, and he is going to start to slowly drift backwards and up into the air as he begins to fly.
Okay.
No.
And he's going to reach out. I just want to see what my spell calls for, as I've never used this one before. Let's see, verbal somatic. Yeah, he's going to reach out and pull out from his pouch this like tendril from an octopus's like tentacle, and he's going to throw it out into the air. And as it does, it twists and starts to crackle with lightning energy, and a ball is going to begin to form as I'm going to be casting. Let's see how to. I hate these things because I don't know how to move them. Hold on. I'm going. I need to.
Yeah, I don't think you can in this one. That's the thing.
That is the biggest downside. But
what's the diameter?
I need a 20-foot radius. I basically wanted to center it on this square right next to this one guy here. Let's see. I basically from here down to here as a circle, 20 foot.
Yeah. It's not an impossible or even difficult test to get it to hit everybody. Basically everybody. It might be difficult to get it to hit. No, because you could do it because he's off to the side.
There you go.
So that's totally feasible.
That's
there you go.
Exactly where I wanted it. And I'm going to just flavor it a little bit differently. So there's going to be these like sparks of lightning coming out of this orb of darkness that fills the area. So it gets very dark and bitter cold. And you start hearing the sound of like soft like lightning crackles, and the sound of all these strange, almost disheartening like voice like lightning bursts in there. Any creature that starts its turn in the area will take 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed on dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 acid damage. And no light, magical or otherwise, can illuminate the area, and creatures fully within the area are blinded.
Holy shit.
As I'm casting Hunger of Hadar.
So wait, so they're drawing a distinction between touching the area and being fully in the area?
Yes.
Okay.
It seems like, yeah. So the ones
I would say this one would be one of the ones I would say is just touching it. It looks like he's pretty much all the way in. So pretty much I would say is he's the one touching it. Everybody else is in, and then this one's not in it at all.
So they're all blinded.
Except this one.
Yeah, which would mean disadvantage on their attacks, and we'd have advantage on attacks against them.
Right. Wow, that is holy crap. That's wow.
It's a 4th level spell, so
yeah. Oh, that one was crazy, and they're all bunched up. I mean, it's just the situation that you're in. Right
it seemed like the best option. And I'm going to be flying a good. I don't know how tall the ceiling is.
15 feet, I believe.
I basically want to be brushing that ceiling as close as I can because I don't want the sharks, but I want a distance. So
okay.
Doing the same thing. I was like, don't get shark attack.
Yeah, no, it's an up and out sort of a thing just to kind of get some distance, and then with that, Shriek is very good to go. So.
Okay. Awesome. So that's the end of your turn, right? You said.
Yeah, that's my bonus action to fly, my action to cast a spell. I'm good to go.
Okay, so then we start with the Reavers, who are pretty much almost all blind, except this one here. And this one on the other side.
So, if the Reavers are next...
But he's starting it.
Yeah, at the start...
Yeah, you might as well give me that for all of them.
Yeah, is 2d6, right? Cold damage. Starts turns 2d6 cold damage. So
2d6.
Let me roll that. So that is 6 points of cold damage.
First one for me in my head, in my list, is the one that's not blinded but is getting hit. So, okay. So I'm going to do him first. Or her, actually, it might be. They're mixed, like the whole group of the midget and the women within the bunch. So we'll say this one is not as someone. She has her own sharp tooth longsword, which she's pulled out, which they all seem to carry. And she is going to run at Eustace. run at Eustace, and he's going to use the shove attack. So need a strength athletics or a dex acrobatics, depending on how you choose to defend yourself against this shove. And it's a contested roll, so she'll be rolling her own.
Okay, I'm definitely doing acrobatics.
Okay. She rolled pretty well. Not phenomenal, but pretty well.
I have a question.
Pretty garbage like. So
I have a question. Is this person running at Eustace right now?
Eustace, yes, correct.
Can you? Where does she stop the?
Sorry,
pushing?
so she's just kind of basically running. Well, I guess there, right? Because in real life she'd be running right into him, but in this game she really has to just come 5 feet away from him and push.
No, I was just hoping they'd be in my threatened square, but they're not. Sorry.
Oh no, I don't think she'd step over. There'd be no reason she'd push from that side.
Cool.
So with that roll, you are going to. Her 16 is going to exceed that.
6.
Ugh.
You succeed. You're either not. So she's going to push you 5 feet away. So into the water.
Okay.
That is her movement. I believe that is also her turn because that was an action. In terms of actions. Okay, so that's her turn.
Oh wait.
Then the other movers, but they are blind. Can't see. So they already took cold damage. This one is going to stumble out to the side. And what I'm going to do is there's going to be 50% he's going to find the exit. 50% he's going to just find himself still in the thing. So I'm just going to roll it 4. Say odds he stays in the circle and evens he gets out.
Where's it at? I could get a thing. Nope, I do not get a thing.
So it's over to here. And
Dang
then
it.
won't be blinded.
I don't know.
Is he still touching it, or is he out now?
He's touching it.
Okay, so he'll take some damage
Yeah,
later.
so he's also going to have to take the end of the turn damage.
Yep.
Now the others, they're too crowded in. There's no way they can hope to find their way. This one I think would be able to at least reach the Fathomer with his hands out, kind of bumping into them. This one would probably walk until he hit that one, and then he'd stop. This one would step back and become unblinded, but not get any closer to the action. So I need, you got to give me the damage. It's going to be for 1,
7.
2,
I rolled 7.
3.
I just figure we'll use it for everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
7. Yeah, no, that works. I'm trying to keep track of myself. How many of them are going to get hurt by this?
Acid if it matters.
Not the first one. But yes to the second one. Yes to the third one. Yes to the fourth one. But
Okay, I do have a thing though that I could have used. Yeah, there's so much stuff here. So psychic bolster knack. When your non-psychic training fails you, your psychic power can help. If you fail an ability check using a skill or tool with which you have proficiency, you can roll 1 psychic energy dice and add. Never mind.
yeah, it still probably wouldn't pass the DC they set.
No, you rolled a 16, so yeah never mind.
No, good to keep in mind, but not for this one.
I don't think it came into play or that it will come into play, but that area is also considered difficult terrain if, slowing.
Okay, I was actually only moving them 15 feet anyway because I figured they were blind, so that actually just makes it make more sense.
It kind of appeared that way, but I figured before we got too far in, I don't know. Rules lawyer.
I'm glad you made it official because I would have not realized that. Okay, so this guy's blind. Has a bond, which is going to at least let him know where the water is. So this one I'm going to do. I'm going to roll a public dex check for the Dark Knight. Theo, you're going to get an opportunity attack. Oh, well, actually, first, I'm sorry. He needs to take the start in his turn damage.
Yeah, I had rolled 6 on that.
Oh, that's right. We're doing no. That's for everybody. That's right. I'm sorry. I'd only applied it to the Reavers. I didn't apply it to. So, right. He takes that cold damage, and then he's going to roll a Dex check. Ooh, he fails miserably. So he's going to take damage on this. And you may make an opportunity attack if you choose to, Theo. If you have a reaction. Gabe, sorry, that's what I'm... sorry, Theo. Gabe, that's what I meant to say.
Oh, who just passed by me?
The Knight. The Darktide Knight.
Oh, he tried to get past me. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make an attack of opportunity. Ooh, so close to a 20 again. That's a 28 to hit.
That hits, and he won't be having this because he can't see.
You have Sentinel,
Also,
right?
Sorry?
Didn't you pick up, like, Sentinel or something?
I did pick up Sentinel. I was
shit.
just about to bring that up.
Oh, no.
Sorry, I was just dawning on me. I was like, opportunity attack. They get stuck.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7 plus 8 makes a total of 15 points of damage. As
Holy shit.
He goes to run past me and just like, you're not going anywhere, buddy. And I just hold him there with the pickaxe.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, he was going to... Okay, well, I have to give him back a little bit of health because I had rolled some damage. Because I was going to have him... I didn't vote on his way down because he rolled a crap. Yep, save.
He'll take 7 acid at the end of his turn anyways, so...
Oh my God! And then he takes 7 damage. Okay, fine, whatever. Oh my God! Wow, you guys! Wow, good job. Nice move. Okay, so this guy moved back. This guy, I don't think he's gonna run into that.
Yeah, I doubt anyone would run into that.
He's gonna pause. Yeah, I don't. You know what I'll have him do? I'll have him roll a wisdom saves. Some tempting to see if he's smart enough to not just run into it. Yeah, he's at least has enough interest in self-preservation to not want to do that. So, yep, he holds back. The ones that could attack did... Okay. Yes, that does it for them and the Dark Knight, and that brings up the Dark Tide Knight. Dark Knight sounds like we're talking about that. Walter.
Batman.
Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to squirm out of his pocket.
Yeah.
And swim.
Ditch in the drowning ship, huh?
Yep. And I'm going to crawl back up the stairs. And, press the wrong button. Okay, so I'm going to go back up the stairs. I'm going to look at this person. And do that cute little rat thing, or like get all the water out of their face. And poof back into myself. Bonus action, shape change, and then cast Entangle.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot square.
Okay, that's easier to draw.
Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to get, let's see, boop.
You want to get like these?
Yeah.
If you go any further, you'll get Theo, but if you go any higher, you won't get
Gabe.
this one. The Gabe, why do I keep doing that? Sorry. If you go any further to the left, you'll get Gabe if you want to get them. But if you go any further, you can do that. Yeah, so that will leave this one untangled, but all of these will be tangled.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I'll do that. DC 15,
Okay.
strength save.
Whenever they go to move, right?
So, let me read it for a second, just make sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so brutal. I love it.
He has a lot of area effects. This is crazy.
I think that also makes it difficult terrain or whatever.
Yeah, pretty
It does.
sure
Well,
that
the
makes
creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
So that is
A
gonna
creature
be-
restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC on its success if it frees itself.
So 3 Reavers are testing strength. I got a 12, so that's a fail, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 19, so that's a success. And I got a 22, so that's a success. So this one, deepest in the circle, fails. Deepest in the square fails, totally pinned down by all the vines. These two pass and are not pinned. Now I have to roll for the fathomers.
I forgot the name of those mushrooms that are like really, really long. The
like
Japanese
death caps or something. Oh, geez, I eat them all the time.
I forgot what they're called. But yeah, spores just like just come out of his pestle and his hands, and they start clinging onto their clothes, and then they just burst into these like really long mushrooms that like get rooted into the ground.
Okay, the Dark Knight and both Fathomers also failed.
Okay. Cool. So that was my bonus action, my movement, and my action. Yep, I'm good.
That's
okay.
So brutal. I love it.
It's really brutal. You guys are like just kicking the crap out of these guys. Eustace, you're up. You're swimming.
Yeah, so no sharky shark.
Well, not yet.
Oh, good.
You want to get out of the water.
Or stay in there and tame it.
No, I was gonna mess it up if it was
gonna. You don't know where that shark's
me.
gonna take you. Might take you to those things, you know,
okay,
people.
So I'm gonna climb up, and I'm gonna stay like in between.
So you're trying to climb up back up onto the landing.
Yeah, is that
the landing's too tall for you to be able to do that? But you would know that you would be able to get up off the boat, so you'd have to climb onto the boat and then onto the landing to get out of the water. Okay. So give me a deck save when you're trying to climb up onto the boat, because that's a little difficult.
Okay, I couldn't use my acrobatics.
You can use acrobatics, absolutely.
Your deck save should be the same though.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, is it? Oh. Unless you have expertise in acrobatics.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, so yeah, I'll use my deck save, I guess. It's weird. Okay.
It gets the same bonuses because you're proficient in it.
Oh, okay. So 18.
Okay, that's fine. So the boat like rocks for a second, but you time it perfectly, and then as it rocks back the other way, you kind of launch yourself into the boat. That uses half your movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the boat, and with that, I look at this person right here, and basically 2 blades come out of my hands, one after the other.
Oh, nice.
And
like out of them, or like out of your sleeve, like you throw them, like, or do they literally?
Yeah, it's almost like they come out of, because I'm still wearing the robes, out of the darkness.
Cool.
These like blackish blue blades come out. So I'm using my attack and my bonus action. So
got it. Okay, so roll an attack on that.
Those are the psychic blades, right? They're like beams of force or whatever.
Yeah. So 8 on the first one, and then the second one is.
These are damage or to hit? Oh, okay.
To hit.
8 misses. 24.
24 though.
Hits.
Yeah. Okay.
And damage.
So 9 plus my sneak attack.
Oh, absolutely. They're engaged with Walter right in front of them. They're within 5 feet.
9 plus. Okay, so math.
15.
15 points damage.
Okay. That is exactly what you needed for that one. So you drop them with that second, I'm going to call it a kunai, with that second throwing dagger. And it drops right in front of you, Walter, to the ground. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do. Bonus action, yeah. I don't get anything else. So
wait, she died?
Yes, the one right in front of you just got hit by a throwing dagger in the neck.
Walter's hand twitches a bit, and his eyes turn green, and spores start like coming out of his hand and start latching on to the body.
Ooh.
And the body glows for a bit and just and starts moving up and standing. That is now my that's one of my undead now.
Yeah. Is that a reaction?
It's a reaction.
Awesome.
That's so crazy.
Dope.
So, Eustace's turn ends. The 2 Fathomers come up now on the same turn. Now, this Fathomer is cut, so it can't move at all, right? Is there a test?
If it wants to, it has to do the strength save to try to get out of it.
And that is its action.
Yeah,
I see.
I believe so, right? Walter?
It goes right after me. Oh. Oh, yeah, sorry. They have to make a strength check to get out of it, but it is difficult terrain.
And it uses their action.
Yeah, it uses their action. I'm sorry.
Okay, so so this one is going to use their action to try to get out, because they know that they were like right near you, and they just want to get closer. They know they'll be free, but they only rolled a 10 on the strength, so they're not going to accomplish that. This one is not going to try to get out. They don't know exactly where they are, and they're still completely blinded. So he's going to take his hands and run it over his body, and you're going to see like a faint glow. He's casting mage armor on himself. However, both of these guys... Oh, no, I already did the damage. That's right.
You already took the 7 poison for...
Well, they took the first one, but now they're about to take this. Then now they should take the 7.
Yeah.
Because they're going to end their turn here because the one of them didn't get out and the other one didn't try. Well, but the other one is going to move. He's just not going to get out yet. He's going to go like 5. He's going to feel the ledge with his foot. And then he's going to come this way. But he's not going to quite get out. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he's latched. That's right. I can't even move him.
Yeah.
He can't move at all. And he used his action already. Okay, so no, that's that. They take that damage and it comes back around up to Gabe.
All right, Gabe, seeing all this, like all this magic flying around, he's like, yeah. And his pickaxe, he puts his pickaxe up. It's full of electricity. It's just literally like shooting lightning up. I've been wanting to try this out on somebody, and he brings it down. But instead of on top of somebody, he's gonna bring it down right here and cast Shatter. Just hit basically everybody right there.
Oh, yeah. Yep, Shatter does the sound.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so boom, this crack of lightning.
And
so
save DC 17 from every one of them.
Every one of them except the back 2.
Yeah,
So
the back 2 are basically untouched.
Yeah, they've been getting away with a lot of stuff. Okay, so con saves across the board. Okay, so I got a 10. You better roll me the damage, because if I don't do this as I fail and pass, I'm never going to be able
I already got the damage. It's 20.
Holy shit. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and what's the DC? Because I just rolled a 10 and that was... Okay, so, yeah, okay, so...
He uses the pickaxe's DC, not mine.
All right, okay.
So
well,
brutal.
Then...
I know, right?
All right, so... I'm like, okay, so... all right, so... Okay.
All right. So
So let me tell you this, all right? So, okay.
We all dead yet?
I'm figuring it out.
They're getting close, I'm sure.
Yep,
I
that's...
still got a bonus action shield touch.
Yeah, we know.
Anyone who's left.
That one... And who are you? Were you another one of those? Got too many layers on you. Can't even see what he
Gabe's
is.
so hyped up right now.
no, put that boner away, jeez. We know what the pickaxe is really representing.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Nope, that one's gone too. Okay, so those are all gone.
Jeez.
Now the Tide has to go. Dark Tide Knight. So he rolls. Wow, he had 19 health left. So the Dark Tide Knight that you've been messing up, like as a personal vendetta, you just finished him off as like 1 point more than needed to take him down.
Man.
Jeez.
And so then the Fathomers are last. Con saves. Wow, that's a tremendous fail. He's still standing, bloodied. The other one is going to... The other one put mage armor. That will, I don't think, give him anything for this.
No, yeah.
So we'll just roll that. Oh my god, we got a success. A 17 on the nose.
So it only takes 10, right?
Oh, he takes half. Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Oh, great. Only 10. Okay.
Sorry to
Much
burst
better.
your bubble there, Rory.
Okay. So the first one was him. I'm just going to make sure they know that this one is A. This one is B. Because now they're at two different houses. Okay. So this one seems to... Actually, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Because that one's right next to where you hit it. So let's make this one A. And this one B. So the one right next to you when you did it, like, gets almost blown off his feet. Like, his hair goes back, you know what I mean? You smell the singe of hair, like things have been burned. And he's like in that shock, like smoke is coming out of his mouth. Whereas B, I mean, they're in a group, so not necessarily that you're looking at that one. But everybody else drops dead, right, in this circle except for A and B. These two Ganassi fathomers. The one of them still takes a heavy hit, and the other one, though, seems like he somehow manages to avoid a bulk of the blast. Maybe the electricity got absorbed by the people in front of him.
He used the bodies to absorb the shockwave.
Exactly. And it hit them and not him. Okay, so do you have another move, though? Because you still have another person alive in their next.
Bonus action shield bash. Wow. On that guy.
So against A. All right, roll me an attack.
Ugh, that's trash. That's an 11 to hit. Hey, is he like? Does he have anything on him that would give me advantage on the attack roll?
Actually,
He's like
he is
restrained, right?
blinded.
He's blinded. He's blinded, so you have advantage.
My rolls caught up with me. Sorry, that was.
Well,
6.
actually, the Fathomers do not have great AC. They're wearing just loose clothing. They're mostly casters, which is difficult when they can't see. So AC is 10. So the 11 actually hit.
The 11. Okay, cool. So my 11 did hit. Fantastic. All right, thank you.
I was concerned that he had mage armor, but it's actually the other one that's mage armor. So.
Okay, 7 points of damage.
Oh, I was like, wait, what about 20? Oh, yeah, that's right, because that's not the same attack.
No,
Thank goodness.
this is not a magic pickaxe of power. This is
a
my
normal
shield.
attack. This is a normal attack. Okay, so is that your turn?
If I step into this, like, entangled and all this other stuff, it affects me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not that dumb. I'm just gonna stand right there. Oh, they can't even see me.
Nope.
There's no point. All right. I'm just going, like, come on, get me. But they don't really
They don't
see me.
He was like, I was going to pound on my chest and be like, look at me. And they're like, I can't see you, bud.
Who's yelling at us?
Who is that? Where are they calling
It's
from?
the worst day. Everything exploded like 4 times.
So I was going to ask for clarification
Sure.
anyways about it, because it does say that no light can penetrate this area. They are blinded, which would give them disadvantage and give us advantage, but I'm assuming that we couldn't necessarily see in either.
I was wondering that.
Counteract it, so we just do straight rolls on our attacks, I'm assuming?
So the way I was reading that is the reason why they phrased it that way is because it wouldn't do anything to like your area effects, but it would do something to direct attacks. Since you like, if they're on the periphery, like this one or this one, I would rule it that you wouldn't have to. Well, this one's dead already. But if it was this one, I would rule you wouldn't be at disadvantage because you could probably see like their sleeve or their hand and you know where they are. But these, I'd say they're like completely in the darkness where light doesn't pass, so you can't see them. You'd be at disadvantage shooting.
All right, perfect. That's fine, because Shriek would be aiming at A anyways. He's just going to drift over this way a little bit. So he's over the boat, but still up by the roof. And he's not going to get fancy. He's just going to... let's see, at this level, how many do I get? 2 beams at 5th, 3 at that level. So yeah, he's just going to aim out, and these crackling balls of lightning energy are going to blast out at him as I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. Oh, that's a bad roll. Oh wait, but you said because he's at the edge, I'd be fine. So 12 to hit A?
12 to hit A, that's a Fathomer. Yes, that hits.
All right, and 17 would hit him then too, so I get 2 of these rolls.
12 AC, 12 HP is what he has left.
All right, so I did 17 points of damage as 2 crackling bolts of force energy slams into his chest and fells him.
And suddenly, yeah, his body drops, and so it's still hidden, but his hands fall to the ground, and you know that this guy's down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, B, for everybody who's left to go, you all, I want everyone to roll me a perception test.
19.
21.
17.
Definitely, sure.
Oh, I thought you said everyone who's left to go. I just went.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I might as well get everyone just in case it comes back around.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
5.
Okay, so everyone but Sharik, when that lightning blast went off from the thunderclap, I think was what it was.
I mean, they're Eldritch blasts. I'm just flavoring it.
No, I'm actually talking about Theo's.
Oh,
not Theo's. Gabe's.
Gabe's Shatter. Yeah.
Gabe's Shatter. I'm talking about Gabe's Shatter, which we flavored with lightning.
Yeah.
So when that went off, you all saw that B was not dead. Basically, you saw that there's one person left, except for you, Sharik. You were not looking, or the light was too bright. You couldn't keep your eyes on it, but you didn't notice this. But the rest of you know that there's still someone left in those shadows that you can't see inside of. What would you like to do here as...
it's their turn, actually.
Yeah, I was just going to say, actually, wait, I think it's...
He'll take 8 cold.
Well, you just went, right?
Yeah.
So it would be their turn, except everybody that would have gone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The Fathomers go last, except for the 2 that are sitting back doing
These
nothing.
2 over here, but they're
Right.
not. They've already tested them twice,
Yeah.
and they're not dumb enough to go in there, so they're not going to.
So it's Walter.
And Walter zombie, and then me.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
that's right, Walter zombie.
Yeah, so Walter is up. Yep.
Okay, great. So I used my reaction last turn, right? So I can use my
Correct.
reaction again?
Correct. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody with the red circle is dead?
Yes. Oh, gross.
Now, if you create one in there, it's going to start to take damage.
I know that's
Right.
on its turn, right?
Yes.
The start of its turn and the end of its turn. Yeah.
Right.
So
Hmm.
just,
Oh, so if it starts its turn there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
sure.
I mean,
Dead.
technically it already had its turn, right?
No, now they act as on your turn.
right after.
This one here is not in the
Uh,
circle. This one's just outside
Yeah.
the circle.
Well, he was in.
That one is counted as in. They were counted as somebody who is hurt by it but not blinded by it, because that was kind of the way the words were ruled. Is if they're in it but not all the way in it, then they're hurt and not blinded. But if they're all the way in it, then they're hurt and blinded.
Tell your zombie to drag one out and then turn it into a zombie.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
that would be awesome.
They can't do that. They can only attack.
Oh, okay.
Either way, I don't know if
I'm
you have
not
a
a
limit.
full necromancer.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a limit on how many you can do. If you don't, then who cares?
No, I mean there is a limit, but
If you do, then maybe wait, because we will have more ones we'll create.
well, I was just saying if I could do something. I didn't know it took
Okay.
damage on its turn and after its turn. So,
Yeah,
if that wasn't the case, then I would have done what I wanted to do. But
gotcha.
let's see what else I can do. Entangle's a concentration, so I can't cast another spell.
As long as it doesn't have concentration, you can cast it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's gonna work best. We have, I don't know how far we're gonna get in this place. We only have so many spells left. Okay, let's see. Can we see in there, or we
No.
can't see in there either? Okay.
No.
No.
So, since they're blinded, attacks would have advantage, but since you can't see them, you'd have disadvantage. So it would be straight rolls to attack.
Straight rolls. Yeah. The only things that get around that are like fairy fire. If somebody was fairy fire, then you'd be able to see them when they went see out. Things like that would get around. Not in this case.
Earth Tremor's a 10-foot space, right? Is that an area of effect? When I'm
Yeah.
reading it here, I don't know if it just says range area 10 feet, but it doesn't say, hold on a second. Oh, here it goes. It becomes difficult terrain until cleared with each 5-foot diameter portion requiring at least 1 minute. No, never mind. That's just telling you that it destroys things.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say it's 10-foot radius or it's not?
Is what?
Or is it just in 10 feet I have to cast it in front of me? I just don't know how big it is. Earth tremor, yeah.
I'm sorry. How does it read exactly? What's the?
It says you cause a tremor in the ground within range. So the range is 10 feet, just says
Right.
10 feet.
Yeah.
Each creature other than you in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone.
Oh, it's out from you. You're the center. It goes
Oh.
out from you in 10 feet.
Okay. Well, that's not going to work. Okay. Mm-hmm.
You could just blast them with a cantrip if you have something.
Well, I have to see them, though. All my things, I have to, like, see them.
Right.
All of our amazing controlling spells have backfired now.
I mean,
You can drop 'em.
so like your chill touch, you don't have to see him. It's within range, so you can make the attack.
Oh, okay. That's true. I was just looking over that, too, and I was like, maybe this will work.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try that.
So does that mean she has to walk? Walter has to walk into that zone and try to reach out and touch?
No, it's a
No.
120-foot range
Oh,
spell
okay.
attack.
I don't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's not a touch attack. It's a... I can cast a hand that does... It's like mage hand, but it's a death hand.
Gotcha. And so you had seen where this fathomer was, so you have some idea. So you can reach out and make that attack.
Okay, cool.
It's at neutral. You no disadvantage or advantage because you're both affected.
All right. Spell attack. Oh, that's not bad. 18?
Oh yeah, their AC is only 10, so
Oh,
that's a big
yeah.
one.
Okay, so it's going to take 1d8 necrotic damage.
2d8. Actually, you're over 5th level.
2d8, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8. Oh, okay, that's 6. 8! That was a 1. So 7. 7 points.
Very nice.
So
You hear
ghostly
it.
hand just comes out.
Nobody sees anything,
Grabs
but you
his
suddenly
face.
hear. Is that your turn? You evil thing.
Walter Zombie.
Oh yeah, don't forget the zombie.
Yeah, Walter Zombie.
I don't
Yeah,
know what we can do with that. Oh, it can't go in there without getting hurt though. So
yeah, man, this guy, he's just gonna watch my 6. I don't know.
okay.
So if I try to move one of these guys out, they'll take damage.
No, if you try to move, no, if you physically move them out, they're fine. If you raise them while they're in there, they're going to start taking damage because
Okay.
anything living in the zone is going to be damaged, or not living, but anything that I mean.
Okay. I'm gonna move myself because I didn't move yet. Here, and I'm gonna drag him out with the
Okay.
rest of my movement.
Yeah, you have plenty of movement, so I'm not going to strength test you because you still have 15 feet of movement to be able to move yourself and my body back just 5 feet. So that
Okay.
should not be a problem.
And use my reaction to raise him as well.
Nice. So the Dark Tide Knight suddenly raises. The beautiful face now a pallor, contorted in death. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Pleasant. And I believe that brings up Eustace. Yes, it does.
Eustace is seeing what's going on, and underneath his breath, nice. And he kind of remembers where that bee motherfucker is at, and just
Yep.
kind of just like
Excuse me?
looks and just flings some blades out of his coat.
Okay. I keep imagining
And,
like
and it's just
Akatsuki.
yeah, it's a straight roll, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Because you're both disadvantaged, which means it balances out, crosses out.
19,
That will hit.
and the second roll is a 15.
That also hits. Again, their AC is 10, so very low.
And so I get sneak attack on both of those, or just one?
Yeah, both. They can't see it coming, so that would definitely classify.
1.
I don't think.
Sneak
Oh,
attacks.
one, you think?
Sneak attack's only 1 per turn.
I know, but if
Okay.
they can't see,
No, it's just part of the sneak attack roll.
Okay,
One
got it,
attack
got
gets. Yeah.
got it.
No.
So I'm gonna just
Appreciate
add it
the
all. That's
generosity.
what I'm.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking
what I'm
out
gonna
loud,
do-
really.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add it all together, and then I'll tell you.
If it didn't say in the sneak attack wording once per turn, or on one of your attacks that hit per turn.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was just thinking in terms of like, yeah, if you get hit by somebody's like left hook, you're not going to be as surprised by their right hook.
Yeah.
But if you're in complete darkness and can't see anything, then I don't think being stabbed by one knife is going to
That's
stop
true.
you.
I mean, if you want to give him, if you want to give him extra damage,
it's
you're
fine.
the DM, your guy.
I don't think it will end up mattering here.
That supersedes rules, but
So total of 17 points of damage.
Yeah, I did not think that mattered. That exceeds them by 1. So you hear them drop in the distance. And
Yep.
this will be where we will hang for the 2 weeks.
cool.
We will pick back up. You don't know what has happened with you. Know that not all of them were trapped in all of your traps, but you also know that you've dealt a very fast and very quickly fatal blow to the cult here as you first arrived. Congratulations.
There's one way to knock on the door.
Excellent, Terry. All right. So, everybody, thank you for joining us. Again, we're here with Bill as Sharik, Sam as Gabriel, Lisa as Walter, David as Eustace, and me, Rory, as the DM. It's been fun. Join us in 2 weeks when we come back and pick this up where we left off.
Thank you.
Adieu.
Nice.